are we all getting on? Well, been a while since I'm alive. I've got a wee bit more time today on this one. So how are we all doing? Today we are at Glasgow Necropolis. We are at the City of the Dead. Okay. Now this month I'm going to be doing some spooky stuff, some ghost stories, some graveyard tales, that kind of thing. So why not do a live? I've got a chance to come to Glasgow's biggest graveyard. And I hope you can hear me. You can all hit there. Please say hello. Been wanting to get in here and do a live for a while. I have done a live before here. And because, as I say, we're into October, the spooky season, I thought, why not have a look at some of the graveyards and the tombstones and that kind of thing. So yeah. And this we're passing over, it's called the Bridge of Sighs. Bridge of Sighs. It's called the Bridge of Sighs because people would take their dead across here, find a resting place, and be wailing and they'd be crying and then there'd be sighs and there'd be, so yeah, there'd be mournful stuff going on. So yeah, Bridge of Sighs. As I say, I've got a wee bit more time on this one. So we're going to have a look at some of them, see what we can see. I've just done a lot more recording earlier today, so I've been at the Great Scottish Run. Oh, Jonathan, how you doing? Can you hear me? I've got the mic on because it's a bit windy today, so if you can hear me, then please let me know, because I'd love to know these things. I don't know if you can hear me. So, let's go up this way. Yeah. The exit. Yeah. Just carry on up that, over that bridge, the big double gate up the top there, get onto the main road. Okay. We are at back of here at the Glasgow Necropolis. Just turn this a wee bit. Oh, straight up. We're at Glasgow Necropolis today. I'm actually going to sort this gimbal, so apologies. Hang on, folks. Hang on. This gimbal's not playing ball at all. Hang on. Oh, there we go. That's better. That's better. Is it a little bit, maybe? Yeah. Okay. So we're at the Glasgow Necropolis today. That's Glasgow Cathedral, so we're going to go for a stunt train a bit now as well. Typical, absolutely typical. So this might, if it's a passing shower, might be okay, but I don't want to get my phone wet. That's a problem. So if the signal's good, if it sounds good, please let me know. And that is Glasgow Cathedral right there. So yeah, all this month I'm doing a kind of ghost stories, spooky tales, tours of graveyards, that kind of thing. that kind of thing. Walter Bannerman, Duncan Turner, merchant of Glasgow. So there is people in here, merchants and Gimbal's not Gimbal at all. I'll have to try and reset this again, sorry folks. Sometimes bit windy. Is that better maybe? Maybe it's a bit better. So yeah, this is alive just to kind of keep the whole theme of sort of scary stories and Glasgow and Scottish folklore, along with graveyard tours and that kind of thing. So this is called the City of the Dead. And if you can hear me, just let me know. It'd be great if you could. I've got my mic on today because it's a bit windy. Some of these are very, very ornate. You've got Glasgow Cathedral right there. So yeah, this is where we're at, Glasgow Necropolis. And these are some of the people that shaped Glasgow, shaped Scotland actually. With various things. And it's actually a place I need to get to know a bit more, if I'm honest. I thought, I'm here, I've got the gimbal. Tam the Bam works here. Don't know who Tam the Bam is. So yeah, this is the City of the Dead. And that's the Royal Infirmary. And that dates back to kind of the late. Oh, thanks for the hearts. Thanks for the. Yeah, glad I'm enjoying this. That dates back to. The Royal Infirmary dates back to the 1700s, late 1700s. Glasgow Cathedral goes a bit further back than that. I think that's like 1300s. And that area there, roughly, is where Glasgow Castle used to be. Would you believe? Glasgow the Castle. Yeah, Glasgow is beautiful. Glasgow does have some lovely, lovely areas. Great architecture. I've got a lot of videos on Glasgow, which you're sure to check out. I don't know if you can see that. There's a bit of street art just there, just about. Oh, my finger is where they're just about there. And that's down by the Merchant City area, and I've done bits around there before. And that's by an artist called Smug, who's done a lot of street art and big street art of that as well around Glasgow. And there's the angel wings, or the wings, and the sands of time. So that's like the resurrection. and sort of time waits for no person. So all these things have got symbols relating to death and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of symbolism. It tells a story. It tells a story of these people. As I say, there's lots of these headstones that probably are of, to be honest with you, celebrities and you know the hierarchy of a day. But so you go that one. In memory of the Very Reverend Duncan McFarlane, born 1771, died in 1857. Succeeded his father as Minister of Drimmen in 1792. Became Principal of Glasgow College, 1826. I wonder if that's Glasgow University, maybe. Yeah, rated in 1862, I think that says. And that chappie there, is John Knox. That's John Knox. Now, John Knox lived in Edinburgh, lived in the Royal Mile. He was the poster guy for the Reformation. He was around the time of Mary Queen of Scots, and he actually genuinely respected Mary Queen of Scots, being a Catholic and holding her ground, and certainly being the boss. She was the top dog. Mary Queen of Scots only lived in Scotland for about 12 or 15 years because she was in France and came across, and then she was down in England, imprisoned by her cousin. But John Knox lived in Edinburgh, and you can see his house on the Royal Mile, past the Cowgate area neck of the woods. And he is actually buried, or supposedly buried, and I've done a video on this, I'm sure, or a short on it at least, round the side of St Giles Cathedral in Edinburgh. More specifically, Parking Bay number 23. Parking Bay 23 has a stone or a slab on it, believed to be that of the resting place of John Knox. Unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. So this is a kind of memorial sort of thing to him. I heard a story once, because you've got the hospital there. I heard a story once of somebody who's in a ward over there, and they could look out on the window and they could see that man there. They could see John. Because the individual was fully, morphine or whatever, recuperating, and we had, drugs or whatever through them, they genuinely believed that John Knox was chatting away the individual. Because the drugs were so strong, John Knox was having a right good blether in one of those wards over there to somebody. That's the kind of stories I love. That's the kind of madness that I love. I like it. Love it, love it, love it. So yeah, this is just a wander around the Necropolis. We've got some amazing views, actually. Some great views. And we've got some people. We've got some people. We do. Ralph Wardlaw, born 22nd December 1779 and died 1853. If you've ever been to Glasgow, you probably know this area. This part of town. So, follows the curtain. The last scene is where the favourite actor treads life stage no more. Of lavish plaudits from the crowds he drew, and laughing eyes confessed his humour through. Here fond affection rears this sculptured stone, for virtues not enacted, but his own. A constancy unshaken into death, a truth unswerving, and a Christian's faith. Who knew him best have caused to mourn him most. O weep the man, mourn the actor lost. Unnumbered parts he played, yet to the end, his best were those of husband, father, friend. Now, that was done, I've just seen this, by Handyside Ritchie. Right? Now, Handyside Ritchie has done huge, a big name in Glasgow and Edinburgh and Stirling, actually, as well. And I will be mentioning him in a video later on this month. That's incredible. Absolutely, this is an actor. Absolutely incredible pieces. Look at that. That's an actor's, what's his name? Henry Alexander. Let me just pan that back a bit. John Henry Alexander. Died the 15th of December 1851. His age is 55. Wow. Wow. All these details, all the cherubs, and looks like it's like a theatre. Wow, that's incredible. I've seen that one before, but I've never actually taken the time to really look at that. That's brilliant. So yeah, this month I'll be doing a number of kind of graveyard tours and some ghost stories, some interesting bits. I've done a bit of recording today actually, so yeah, I'll need to get on with that. I was actually at the Great Scottish Run today as well. So I've been a busy boy. I was through another place yesterday doing some recording, which I'll have out this month. Some narrated stuff and what have you. So yeah. William McGavin, merchant of Glasgow, author of the Protestant, who died August. I don't even know what that is. MDCCC XXXII. I don't know what that is. He was 59 years old. This monument has been erected by his fellow citizens. So yeah. Yeah. And through Halloween and sort of that type of time, there's ghost tours you can do. You can do ghost tours through here. Some of these are absolutely incredible. It's money. It's 100% it's money. Let's try and bit dark. Yes, yeah. Hi Nirak, 65. Thanks for joining. Great to have you here. Yeah, it's a costly thing, you know. And some are in a state for the people that they wear, who they wear. Yeah. There's a. Can you hear me okay? It's another thing as well because the wind's a wee bit high. I've put my mic on, so if you can hear me, please let me know. But yeah, some are broken, some are. It's just the way that I think that's just the way some old sort of churchyards and kirkyards and graveyards and things are. That's a shame. It is a shame. But it's all down to money and cost. What's more important, fixing something like a school or whatever, I don't know, or something for a hospital or a road or something, or getting somebody out to fix a stone. I don't know. I don't actually. I mean, the answer to that is same as guess. You know, some of these are dating back a lot of years. I was in a graveyard yesterday. It was dating back to the 1500s, like the 1560s I think it was. I've been in graveyards that have dated back to 10th, 11th century recently, and some of them are in better shape. It's just the way of it. Yeah, there's some stuff here, you know. John Mitchin Pagan, 1802, born 1802, died 1868. With his wife. Kids are there as well. So this is the City of the Dead. This is the City of the Dead. You get a good view down here. Welcome to a chunk of Glasgow there, folks. So yeah. And this is the older side of things as well. This is the older. That wind is a bit strong. More down there. The higher up you were, the bigger the plot, the richer you were. Hope the signal's good. The signal's good as well. Sometimes the signal can be a bit off up here. And I say there is tours you can do. Tells you about who these people were. I think there's one or two that I'm aware of. The big one's certainly John Knox. Well, it's not buried here. Of course, it's not buried here. I'll find it. And I'll let you know. I think it's around here. I think it's this one I'm aware of. Sometimes what I tend to do is go to a place, do the recording, find out about it, and it blows my mind. It blows my mind. The club was amazing, some superb and decorative gravestones. Yeah, some are very, very impressive. But that's the money element. Oh, look at this. Ready, folks. Look at this. Wow. Wow. And I don't find these places, personally, I don't find them scary or spooky or anything like that. I think people have had their lives, and yeah, it doesn't. Some of the architecture, and some of these were actually done by like very, very well known individuals. It's this one here I want to show you. This one here. This is the one I want to show you. So this one, yeah, is Charles Kent of St Rollox. Okay, died 1st of October 1838, age 71, erected by a few of his friends as a tribute of respect. Now, if memory serves me correctly on this one, this guy had to do with the carpet industry and the thread industry or something. And he found a cleaning solution, like a powder to clean carpets. So pretty much he started disinfecting. Right, so this guy had the basis for a system of cleaning and getting right into like a carbolic sort of system. And from there, the evolution of, I would say, disinfectant is what we have today for cleaning products in your household. From sort of little acorns, mighty oaks can grow. So Charles Tennant, couldn't tell you the exact names of these things. I'm not scientifically minded that way. But yeah, like this guy, I'm sure he had to do with Charles Tennant of St. Roberts. So yeah, there is other. There's the back of John Knox. That's a weird sentence. There you go. So yeah, there's a lot of people here that have quiet tombstones. They've got quiet heads, stone heads and things. But yet they did a huge amount for what we have today. And that's the world over as well. That's the world over. I'm just doing a tour, just a quick walk around here. What does that one say? The Livid Mother. Jeez, oh. Wow. Who was this one then? So some of these people had huge influence on today, you know. But they just have a quiet wee grave somewhere, and yeah, and there is websites and things that you can go and check out. And I hope the signal's good, and I hope that the sound's coming through well. Let's go through here. Stuff like this, you just never know. You just never know. Who's this one? Bannatyne. Dougald John Bannatyne. Writer. Oh, he's a writer. Right, wow, okay. Who was cast on the... I can't read that, so apologies. Agnes Bannatyne, born 18th of June 1838. Isabella Mary Bannatyne. I don't know what that says, I don't know where. Something Glasgow to the 20s. So right, I don't know what he wrote, but Dougald John Bannatyne. And chances are you'll find out once you Google these people and find out who they were. You'll actually find that they're incredibly important. Everybody's important. Everybody's important. John Knox one certainly stands out. That's for sure. That's for sure. Some are actually taped up as well to protect them. You get quite a look at the city, quite a look across the city. Absolutely amazing. That's John Knox up there.
Oh, that's John Knox.
John Knox.
But he's not buried here. He's dead.
He is, yeah, under parking bay number 23, round by St Giles Cathedral. So yeah.
You got that picture too, huh?
Yeah, he's bits about here. So yeah, he's quite a prominent figure. But yeah, John Knox.
So what is this for, then?
This is what a memorial. Yeah, because the Catholic Protestant thing is such a hot potato, shall we say, and especially Glasgow. So yeah, I think it's one side and you've got the other side. So yeah.
See where I live in Kinross. And in Opal Hills there's a John Knox pulpit, it's called.
I've heard about it, I've never been there.
Yeah. It's a walk. You go up in between the two hills.
Right.
And it was like this cliff, sandstone.
Right.
And a little stream at the bottom. It was like a natural auditorium. And I think it was a
wow.
church. People used to walk into the villages each side.
Wow.
And they would preach to them there. So that's like right next to my house.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I heard John Knox.
Yeah. That's John Knox, yeah. And he's, his house is down the Royal Mile. And so he's down there. And they say his house has got 2 security features in it, which is like never heard of before. One was the steps are all different sizes. So if somebody was getting chased up a set of stairs, chances are they'd trip. And the other one is different locks on the door. So they think that he had a special key for those doors no one else did, so he could get away, or attackers or whatever could be blocked in or whatever. So there's like secret wee locks. So 2 security features from something dating back to like the 1500s. And you're like, kind of ahead of your time a little bit. Who needs a burglar alarm or anything like that? You know, it's. I'm not sure actually. I don't know. I don't know if it was pneumonia or something, but it was something. It was more. Yeah. No, it wasn't. The thing was that he actually respected Mary Queen of Scots, didn't like her for what she stood for, but she was like the female boss, which is respectable. You know, it's kind of like, yeah.
There's a nature service at Lochleven, and then there's a castle, Lochleven Castle. And the story is she got beheaded there for trying to escape. Mary Queen of Scots.
Right.
That's like the history.
Yeah. It's interesting how everybody's got a certain area that's. I think that's cool. Yeah, I like stuff like that. I need to go to the pulpit actually. I need to look at that. That's class. Yeah, superb. Love it. There's actually, if you see that guy at the top there as well, one that's got the sitting down. He had the precursor to cleaning carpets in effect. So what we're disinfecting now for cleaning carpets and cleaning products in the house, he basically has a powdered system for cleaning carpets. It's an evolution sort of after that to what we have now, but he had a scientific formula to, he was part of the thread of the carpet industry. I think Tenant, yeah. So yeah, that's what he did. And some of these are just bonkers, you know. I mean, some of these graves, and you know, I'd go home and I'd Google them and go, what? He did that and she did that. Oofed. It's no. I'll let you get on. Listen, have a good time. Have a walk about. Take it easy. There we go. So yeah, we're just doing a wander around. There's that memory of his mother. Is that James Scott? His mother Helen Inglis. There's actually a big stone further down the other side dedicated to firemen as well. It's a newer one, but I find it quite an important one as well. There was 2 fires in Glasgow, Cheapside Street and Kilburney Street fire, where firemen lost their lives, and it's been dedicated, but they're all in the tombs underneath, so they lost their lives down there. So they're not all obviously like this, but it's nice to have Glasgow's fire brigade industry and firemen sort of had a represented 100%. So yeah, it's the city of the dead, you know up here. So yeah, it's brilliant. That's what they call it, City of the Dead. Yeah. It's got about, I don't know, about 20, 30,000-ish people in here, give or take. So it's pretty solid, you know. And they're all lower down, they've all got families and things in here. So you got the Bridge of Sighs down the bottom as well. That's so when you came, I don't know if you came from the cathedral side. Yeah, so you went across a bridge. That's called the Bridge of Sighs, because that's where they brought their bodies up, and it was moaning and wailing and crying, and that's what's called the Bridge of Sighs. We had it before. Italy had their Bridge of Sighs, but it's like fantastic. So yeah, like there's so much going on here, and I think it's about 30,000 plus maybe. Yeah. So it's mad. It's mad. I like graveyards. We were also in Stirling yesterday, doing a bit for graveyards and stuff. That's also very cool. Stirling graveyard's pretty mad.
House at the very back, graveyard there that
right. Right. Okay. I'll need to get across there actually. I need to get across there. I'm interested by the pulpit thing in that sense there, because again,
well,
it's
what
just...
you've got further around the hill is the bonnet stain.
Okay.
And it's a hermit's house with a rock carved out into a room.
Right.
And above it, it looks like a mushroom rock.
Okay.
It looks like an old man's hat, so it's called the bonnet stain.
Ah, right. Yeah. Okay.
That's just in the corner on the hill.
Oh wow.
You kind of have to get the same road.
Is the roads okay to get, like, there's...
Single track.
Right. Okay. Okay. That's class. Like that. Like that. Yeah. It's they tell a story. These things all tell a story, and you'll see things like angels' wings, and you'll see like sands, time of sand and stuff like that. So they represent things like the resurrection and, you know, the moving on and all that stuff. And you get maybe the tools of the trade as well, and sickles and crofters things, and you get all these stuff. So they all tell a story. But yeah, absolutely, 100%. But if you find a few names, like note them down, some really like impressive ones, like that boy 10 at the top, and then just Google them, and you just like, what? You just go, huh? I didn't know that. So yeah, it's good fun, and you learn about the city. Yeah, it really is. It's good fun. But I'm going to go down and see the fireman down the bottom there, and actually that one. No, there's one at the top there. It's got sort of what looks like the women either side in marble on it. That was designed. That mausoleum or tomb was designed by Handyside Ritchie, who designed an architect who designed huge amount of stuff like Stirling and Edinburgh. He had the hand in that. So it's all these names that you're like, oh right, okay, that's pretty cool. The Wallace Monument was designed by John Rockhead, and there's a sort of ironworks round a sort of gravestone, and he did that as well as some stuff in Glasgow and some in Largs, and his apprentice, John Rockside's apprentice, was the master for Charles Rennie Mackintosh. So it's 2 generations from Rockside down to Charles Rennie Mackintosh. So everything and everybody is all connected in some way. It's just like mind blowing, man. Like, what's that? Yeah. Oh yeah. It's phenomenal. I love it. I'm here for it. So yeah, there's but take a note of some names, some of the big impressive ones. What do is take some names and take them, and then just you get home, just Google them and see what they're, because we can't know everything about everybody all the time, all at once. But yeah, and you get some views across the city as well, which is nice. You get some that's picture worthy, you know. So yeah. Google these people and you'll be like, they did what now? Brilliant. No bother, enjoy. Yeah, it's always good fun to chat to people and see stuff I didn't know about as well. So that's the game. That's the game. So yeah, we're doing our thing. I wonder if I don't know if the signal's actually holding up. I wonder if the signal's holding up. If it's a bit blocky, if it's a bit off, then please let me know, because I can just stop this stream and stop this stream if it's not working, if the sound's not good, if the picture quality's not good. Yeah, like, Necropolis is a place that I do want to see, and like, it's difficult because there's tens of thousands of people here. You know, they've all got some story to tell. They've all got writer Glasgow's Peter Young Black, writer in Glasgow, memory of Isabella McCulloch. So there's thousands and thousands of people laid here, and I don't know, it's Stephen. I might not spend too much longer. I've got an hour to kill, so I see I've done some other recordings, because this month for me is spooky month, Halloween, and tales of ghost stories and folklore and Scottish folklore and those kind of things. So in memory of professors of the University of Glasgow and members of their families whose bodies were interred in Blackfriars churchyard and removed here in 1876. Wow. And that's the thing, it is a case of Googling these people, finding out a bit more and doing a bit of background history, because you just never know how important. Who's that one? William Beckett, younger son of the second, born 6th of March 1915, died in October 1970, Rabina Stirling of Somerville, eldest daughter of the 1st Battalion. It's by Sir Thomas Dunlop, Lord Provost, 1st Baronet, 1916, Lord Provost. And Thomas 3rd Baronet. And what I might do is I might finish off with this one here. Actually, I don't know if the signal's very good. I don't wish anybody was watching, but I do want to show this one. Now, every year Glasgow has a service for these guys. Glory to God and in proud and loving memory of the officers and men of the Glasgow Fire Service and the Glasgow Salvage Corps who perished at the Cheapside Street fire on the 28th of March 1960. So they are there. James Calder, John McPherson, John Allen, Christopher Boyle, Gordon J. Chapman, William Crockett, Archibald Darragh, Daniel Davidson, Alfred C. Dickinson, Alexander Gracie, George McIntyre, Edward McMillan, Ian McMillan, William Watson, Salvage Corps, Edward Murray, James McClellan, Gordon McMillan, and James Mungle, and William Oliver. On the other side, so that's for Cheapside Street. The other one is for Kilburney Street. Kilburney Street, a bit more recent, 1972, Kilburney Street was. So, in proud and loving memory of the officers and men from the Glasgow Fire Service who died tragically and heroically whilst rescuing a colleague at Warehouse Fire in Kilburn Street. 25th of August 1972. Andrew Quinn, Alistair Crofts, Ian Birmingham, Alan Finlay, William McLooper, Duncan McMillan, James Rook. November 18th, 1972, so Officer Adrian McGill, who died saving a member of the public at a fire at Maryhill Road. All the above are posthumous recipients of Queen's Commendation for Brave Conduct, Glasgow Corporation Medal for Bravery, Carnegie Hero Trust Award. Officers of the Glasgow Fire Service who died in the performance of their duty and are interred elsewhere. So that's nice to see. They're actually all buried there in the tombs underneath. Right. I knew somebody at that fire in 1972, and he said that it was just like a normal day. There was nothing toward, but the fire got out of hand, and he was at that fire. And some of the guys that names I've read out were in his cab at the time, in his fire truck at the time, fire engine, and yeah, not a good day. But I always like to give a nod to these guys who do that for the fire and for all the kind of emergency services as well. But to hear the stories, to know somebody that knew these people personally, it just adds that extra element to it. So yes, thank you to all the firefighters in the world who do what they do, and yeah, kind of keeping us safe. So yeah, what I think I'm going to do here now, folks, is I'm going to wrap it up. And you can watch it later. I hope the signal's good. If the signal's not good, then it's not going to work very well. It's not going to be great, unfortunately, and that's just live streaming, so apologies. Sorry about that. So, what I'm going to do from Glasgow's Necropolis, I want to thank you all for joining me, for watching, for popping in. And if you haven't already, please remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Much appreciated. Look after yourselves. Take care. Bye-bye.